Hello and welcome to the restaurant. So we won the die roll, but our first hand was 6 lands and a Grim Lavamancer. No way we're gonna keep that, so mulligan that. Got 3 lands, Domri, Hellrider, Thunderblast, like they're pretty good. Seems we're up against a blue player again. Let's just play another red card. A mountain, doesn't really matter. If you can resolve this, that's gonna be pretty big against him. That's 3 times against the blue deck, that's pretty odd. So opponent exiles Rifting Clodscape, which gives me the time here to cast Domri, which is pretty nice for me. Because unless he has Days of Force of Will, he's not gonna be able to counter this. And being able to, draw extra cards, assuming they are creatures, is pretty good. Now, Rifting Clodscape is a nice tempo swing card, and the color combination he has, he could definitely have something like Detention Sphere. Huh? That's another pretty decent card there. So my opponent is managing to have the answers. Like I didn't get anything out of my Domri anyway. We knew we were gonna draw that. We were just drawing lands here all the damn time. So our 3 draw steps have been lands, which obviously isn't what we want, but I mean we are hitting him for 4 every turn here. And then if he doesn't have a counter now, we can Thunderblast and then hit for 12. And then of course Rifting Clodscape is gonna come in and it's gonna change some things around, but I don't think I have a lot of legendary creatures, although I'm not so sure about that. But we're up against control apparently, with Detention Sphere, Rifting Clodscape. Bit annoyed that of course he had Detention Sphere again at Domri missed, but doesn't really matter. Please not land. Well, Garruk is okay, but I think Thunderblast is a bit better because it's gonna deal him a bunch of damage here. And it's gonna be pretty hard for him to remove this. So this is gonna deal him 12. He's gonna drop down to 4 against the Negro deck. So he's gonna have pretty good hand to stop this. Like Rifting Clodscape is gonna come in, sure, and then he can sort of Fire and Ice, but then if he equips, he's still gonna die to this. So he's gonna have to have sort of Fire and Ice equip plus something. Like even if he like sort of Fire and Ice equips, attacks, kills this, it's gonna come back. So he's probably wanting to have this to block, in which case still not gonna be enough. Sword of Fire and Ice is a pretty good one against me though. It is a pretty good one against me. I don't think I have much of an answer against it. So Thunderblast does have Persist, so that's fine. And then it's gonna be a 6/1 trample. So there's a keep that we anticipated. I'll be surprised if he actually attacks with it. He does. Does he really go for the kill on Thunderblast here? That makes no sense. So yeah, he does. Then the Persist triggers, it comes into play anyway. And that should be GG. Like Hellrider is still there, so he has to have double removal. Yeah, I thought so. So mulligan to 6 and still win. Even when our opponent has answers. So Greater Gargadon is pretty good against this guy, I think. Pillage is something I want in just to kill the equipment. Experiment 1 might be a bit too slow, although Regeneration is pretty good against this. Probably better than Kurdabe then. So 2 more cards have to come in. Maybe we don't want Greater Gargadon here per se, like it doesn't have Trample or anything. I do think we want Pillage though, like I have to be able to get rid of that sword, I think, because all my creatures seem to be red, and all of my removal is red as well. So as long as he has a sword, he's gonna be able to kill me or stop my aggression, or at least most of it. Rude Awakening does seem good on paper. I think Flame Javelin is a bit slower than all of these. Magma Spray is pretty good just because it kills Rifting Clodscape. That's like the only creature we've seen so far. and this is the most expensive burn spell out of my deck. So it forces me to keep open more mana and so on and so on. So opponent is gonna go first. And he had a really good draw against me, like Rifting Clawscape, Detention Sphere, but then he got stuck on mana. Did play Sword of Fire and Ice. I think the attack there is always wrong, but if he had like no outs, have to mulligan this, right? Yeah, have to mulligan this as well. I guess I keep this, but I'm really not pleased by mulliganing to 5, of course. If he didn't have the answer that he obviously needed, then I can understand attacking. Like, he's never gonna win if he has nothing and just has to block, then Hellrider is gonna kill him anyway. But I think showing me more cards per se in that game wouldn't have been good, so not too sure about that. Knight of Glory, protection from Black Exalted. The question is, do I want to take the trade here? I think I do. I think having Grim Lavamancer and go for somewhat more of a mid game is a bit better. Sure, this has Exalted and it's gonna put some pressure on me, but I mean the Pro Black doesn't really make a difference. And if he attacks, I can swing back for 1 damage anyway. We just need to draw a running lance or something decent, which seems unlikely. At least there's 1 land. We are gonna attack here. Like, there's no way we're ever gonna block, so we might as well attack with this and take it the free 1 damage. Then next turn we can play Cut plus it. Wow, he plays a mountain, huh? Did not see that coming. So maybe we want Monster the Wild Hunt if we draw a forest. Not so sure about that. Instead we draw a mountain, so I think we play... I think getting Hellrider countered is a bit less worse than getting Cut countered, so we want to run out Hellrider first. I think this is a card he is gonna counter, or at least gonna target with one of his removal spells. And yeah, so in this case we're gonna have Cut next turn, which is a bit better than Hellrider in my opinion, given the hand I have. We are on a decent clock, but it doesn't really matter. He hasn't seen Cut yet, so but if he ever counters Cut, then Grim Lavamancer can start can chip away at the Knight of Glory. He hasn't had a 4th land drop yet, so he's stuck on mana again. He seems to have a greedy mana base then. Manowar is a bit of an annoying card, because now I can't actually... Well, that solves that, right? I was like, Manowar is a bit of an annoying card because now Cut can get killed. Could have played Cut plus it and then cast Magma Spray, might have been better. But I think just having the surprise Cut is a bit better. We can still do Cut plus it and then kill the Manowar. But this was the spot where I can resolve a Cut for free without ever having any pressure on it. So I think we pillage a Tundra. He's stuck on mana anyway. It takes away his white source. And this is pretty brutal on my end to do so. So he has misdirection. That's a pretty nice one. So he's targeting my forest, that's fine. Like, you can kill the Manowar anyway. Now we have extra charges on our Lavamancer, and he's still stuck on 3 lands. Now, obviously my play was huge, but didn't get there. Yeah, we're just gonna Lavamancer this. So exile these two. Kill the Manowar. He's still stuck on land, so as soon as I draw an extra land, doesn't really matter what's gonna happen. Like, he has to have a counter for this, and if it doesn't, this is gonna be huge again. So he has Force of Will, so he's just dumping more cards away. Let's attack here. So we actually unmulligan somewhat. Like, this guy is stuck on lands, he has 4 cards, but he has used Misdirection. That's a good one, because it gives him a 3/3 token, which we can't deal with yet. Flame Tomb Kavu gives me the answer. So we kill that, have another big creature in play. Not gonna attack with the Lava Monster, of course. Garruk and Master are gonna be pretty good. So it doesn't have anything here, I guess. Can't really cast that, but I think we kill the Blade Splicer. Although, now let's just attack with the Kavu. If he wants to block there, he wants to block, that's fine by me. He doesn't, and he just takes damage. I assume he has a trick with the Blade Splicer then. Like, his deck seems like a deck that could easily have tricks with it. Mother of Runes, not really the best of cards, huh? But thank God I didn't use Lava Mancer. Yeah, 1 damage, not gonna block ever. I want your Mother of Runes dead here. So let's get rid of Forest and the Cuts. There's no way we're gonna be using those. More mountains isn't really what we want. We want forests here, but we do have him on a 3-turn clock, and he's stuck on lands. So there's his second mountain. I'm surprised he actually plays mountains. Like, he probably wants other cards than outside of mountains, that is, but maybe they're good enough. Who knows? We will tell. So Ajani Vengeance is definitely good enough because it gains him life, it kills this. But now we can kill the Ajani Vengeance. Oh no, it just doesn't untap it. So Forest, finally Forest. Gonna run out the Master of the Wild, Garruk Wildspeaker, gonna be making 3/3s. He can then kill it, but that's fine. Then I have a 3/3 that's gonna kill the Ajani. We can then run out Master of the Wild Hunt, which is gonna be huge against him. I don't think, like, we can plus this and then run out Master, but then he's gonna kill this, and we're gonna have a hard time dealing with the Ajani. So he started drawing lands. This time it isn't unlucky, like the guy has been stuck on mana for quite a while now. Fate's Fetters, that is fine. It's a bit more annoying that he Fate's Fetters it and doesn't kill it, because now Grim Lava Monster isn't gonna be doing enough. So he can kill this, and I'm not gonna have the ability to kill this with Lava Monster because this, you know, isn't a play. And he goes up to 12 as well. So Fate's Fetters is a really solid card. Both Ajani Vengeance and Fate's Fetters were really good. If he does minus this, I can then charge at it. He's forced to block. If he pluses it, then I attack him then. Just let this be. Play Master of the Wild Hunt, which is gonna kill, and then we can kill it. Not so sure about that. We have plenty of hasters in a deck that we can draw. So it does go for the doesn't untap. I think that's the correct play. Like, I thought about it a bit myself right now, and I think it's correct. Stormcrown Global, not really the card I want to have, but I mean, it's a card. We do run out the Master of the Wild Hunt just because, you know, more creatures on board. We're gonna attack with the Beast on him. I think we want to go for his face. Yes, he has plenty of life gain here, but he has to start using it. So he's gonna have the Mass Removal, right? There's no other reason why he suddenly blocks with Blade Splicer outside of him actually having the AoE. Sun Titan, that's another reason to do that, I guess, because it does get Blade Splicer back. And yeah, let's concede this. I don't see myself winning this, even with Tarmar, Experiment 1 and so on. So a bit unlucky for the misdirection on the Pillage. Maybe we don't want the Pillage in then, because he has the misdirection. I think we do want Greater Gargadon over Experiment 1 here. Or over Noble. We're on the play now, so maybe we want more early drops compared to late game drops. Rude Awakening seems a bit too slow then. Nah, Rude Awakening is still pretty sick. I think all of these are still good. Hero of Oxidrich isn't that great. So maybe that can go for an early game creature. Trun seems pretty good against him as well, but then again it's double. Let's try... yeah, let's try it like this. So we're 1-1, we're on the play this time, and we're not gonna mulligan this. We have turn 1 Greater Gargadon, turn 2 Core House, turn 3 maybe one of the cards we draw, and then Master of the Wild Hunt, which is pretty good as well. So we do have a decent draw here. Let's see what our opponent has to say against this. So he has had a pretty good draw against me on the draw, but lost. He has had a pretty bad draw, to be honest. Like, being stuck on lands there was pretty shitty. Like, this is a really solid card for him to draw here against me, because I'm gonna have a hard time getting through that. But he's gonna have to tap this every turn to stop Core House, so as soon as I draw a burn, it's gonna die. But I mean, it is gonna stop me from coming in, right? Okay. So we draw another mountain, not really what we wanted. Just draw more lands, right? Start with 3 cards in your hand and just keep on drawing lands. It seems to be what I do every single time. And obviously isn't what I want to have happen. So this is a really solid draw against me already. If he has like Detention Sphere here, or a Johnny next turn, or a counter for my Master of the Wild Hunt, I think this game is his. Blade Splicer is also really good. It does mean that my Master of the Wild Hunt is more likely to resolve. And let's hope he doesn't have a Johnny Vengeance this time. Flametongue Kavu. I don't think I can use that yet. I think that's for next turn. I think now I want to run out Master of the Wild Hunt and make sure we have this up next turn. So we can Flametongue Kavu the Golem, attack with this. Just gotta hope he doesn't have a Johnny Vengeance here, or either Adept, huh? Either Adept or Master of the Wild Hunt, I guess. Yep. That's okay. I think we still just replay it. Like, even if he puts pressure on us, it's not that big of a deal. Wow, attack with a 1-1. Okay, dude. So he's stuck on lands again. This guy either has a really greedy mana base or is just getting unlucky. And we are getting unlucky as well with just drawing lands every single time. We have drawn 7 lands and 4 cards, which obviously isn't where you want to be when you're playing an aggressive deck. But I mean, if you can Flametongue Kavu this next turn, I think we have a solid game here. Like, Master of the Wild Hunt is a really good removal card to stop things like Mother of Runes, and maybe even keep our Wolf. Gorehouse Chainwalker is probably gonna trade with the Either Adept. But then we still have 4-2, blah blah blah. Yeah, he's mana base. Like, this isn't the first time he's stuck on 3 lands, right? This is actually like the second time, and I think the first game he missed an early land drop as well. So he's either getting really unlucky or he's very greedy on his mana base. We can also target this. Oh, that's a really solid one. It doesn't protect from Master of the Wild Hunt though. That's another good draw. He doesn't have a flyer. But I think Flametongue Kavu, like, target this, Flametongue Kavu, then keeps the wolves around, then kill this. It's fight, right? Yeah, okay. So we then kill Mother of Runes. This is still around, so it can then become a 5/5 first striker, protection for red and blue, which is pretty annoying. So maybe we want to kill this and keep this around, but problem is Mother of Runes. Like, if we target this, he's gonna... So we target this first and then play Flametongue Kavu on this, I think. But I mean, any... Yeah, it's gonna get pro-green, that's fine. So now I still have the option to killing this or killing this. I think this being a 5/5 is fine because we actually have the wolf tokens every turn to block. So kill the Mother of Runes because that's the more annoying card here. And we have the wolf tokens to block, so I guess that'll do for now. We also have Stormbred Dragon, which will come in and then do things like the wolf tokens are gonna be killing things and blocking this. So that's okay as well. He does finally draw his land, so that might be a bit annoying. But Stormbred Dragon is gonna be pretty huge. Like Stormbred Dragon, Smash Face, Monstrosity, it's Smash Face. There goes the Kip. Got a text message for a second. Okay. So he does attack with it, and then he can attack and block with it. I think that's his plan. So we're gonna go to blockers and obviously block this. Like there's no reason not to block with the wolf. I'm surprised this doesn't tap. Tap all untapped wolves creatures you control. I guess just fizzled, but it doesn't really matter. Like we're just gonna keep the wolves around. So give me another token, please. He has 2 mana up, but I think that's not. I'm surprised he doesn't like cut. How good is cut? Make a 4/4 smash in. I think cut is good here. Let's cancel because we have no clue which mountain we want to untap. I think one of these two is better. And as long as we can protect cut for a few turns, that's going to be GG as well. And attacking with a 4/4 seems good here. Blue Elemental Blast. Okay, I'm actually a bit more happy that it does it on cut and on Stormbred Dragon, because I think Stormbred Dragon is going to be better here. If he attacks again, I can block and kill the Blade Splicer, and then he no longer has a first striker. It seems very unlikely that he's gonna have Detention Sphere. Probably a Master of the Wild Hunt here. That's gonna be my ID. Target Master of the Wild Hunt. In which case, do I kill Blade Splicer? I think I still do. I mean, I keep the wolf around anyway. Blade Splicer killing is fine. Yes, we're gonna lose a creature here again because of the Sword of Fire and Ice hit coming through. I mean, not being able to block it. But I mean, my swing back is gonna be pretty huge as well, thanks to Stormbred Dragon. And then maybe eventually Greater Gargadon. So it targets this. I'm gonna sacrifice this. I probably could have sacrificed that as well. But I think I actually... No, I have no auto detention sphere, do I? No, I don't. So he only has a red source now. Doubt he has... Always yield to that, thank you. Red Elemental Blast doesn't really... Oh! That stops this. So rep that. Give me back my Wolfie. My Master of the Wild Hunt. Okay. And then you can phase off against the Stormbred Dragon if you want to. And I'm obviously going to attack with both of these. If he wants to trade the Golem for the Gorehouse Chainwalker, that's fine. I probably could have sacrificed like more wolves to the Great Gargadon as well. So yeah, he's gonna take the block there and take 4 down to 15. But we got our Master back, which is pretty huge in my opinion. He does find his 5th land here. Probably because of one of the previous usages. But if he attacks here, I don't think attack here is fine, because this time I can block and then sacrifice it to Greater Gargadon, which will come in next turn. I can then plus or Monstrosity Stormbred Dragon, which is gonna be 7 damage. We're gonna be able to be getting tokens anyway. and the tokens are gonna be able to keep on blocking this ordered creature. Pretty cool that this can comes up here finally. Worm Coil is a pretty good one, but I think I want to monstrosity this card. Like, it is gonna deal 4 damage to him, and it has pro white, so this is 16 damage actually, plus 4, so he has to have something. Not sure what he's thinking about. He has to, have limited amount of options to actually be thinking about how to do this. If he has any kind of out at all, because this is gonna deal 4. That's 11. I can't attack with the wolf, so I probably don't attack with the monster anyway. Restoration Angel is okay, I guess. It's a bit annoying though, because it brings back the Ether Adept and then gets rid of the Stormbred Dragon, but that doesn't really matter because he's still gonna take 3 damage. And then Greater Gargadon is gonna come in. We can now kill the Ether Adept as well, so we can kill this. Why didn't this resolve? Oh, it only deals damage when it becomes monstrous, got it. But I mean, we attack for 9 here. He's gonna take it down to 6, and it seems very unlikely that it's gonna kill me with the Restoration Angel, seeing that this has pro white anyway. So he can block here maybe, but then he's out of creatures. Did not anticipate that card to come there though. Like, yeah, he equips and just doesn't attack, right? But then Stormbred Dragon is gonna be pretty huge. He can attack and deal me 7 and hope to draw something. Like, draw land, play a Giant Vengeance. But if he had a Giant Vengeance, he has to have drawn it right now because he would have cast it earlier. So it doesn't on me, does draw a land. And then what? He has to have something here, or he just loses. I mean, these two in combination are lethal and this is lethal, so he has 2 answers. Johnny Vengeance on this does not do it. Daxos does not do it. Daxos plus something does it, but we can even kill. We can even kill. Kill Daxos, but I think we just attack with everything and see what his answer is, if he has any at all. Like, block here, remove this. GG. GG, so we go 3-0. Don't really enjoy playing this deck that much than I do enjoy playing other decks, but I mean, it's just a solid deck. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you for next cube draft.